Welcome back to Speak Easy English, everyone. I'm Samantha, and oh, what a treat it is to be here with you today. Picture this. You're in a room where every word feels like it's walking on eggshells. One wrong step, and the whole world could tip over. Have you ever been in a conversation like that? Where you're smiling on the outside, but inside, your heart's racing, wondering if this is the moment that changes everything?
Wow, Sam, that hits close to home. Hi, everyone. I'm Jackson, your friendly guide through the twists and turns of English stories and skills. And yeah, that image of eggshells, it's so vivid. It reminds me of those high-stakes meetings where leaders have to dance around egos bigger than the room. Today, we're diving into a real-life tale that's equal parts diplomacy, drama, and delicate wordplay. It's the story of Mark Carney, Canada's Prime Minister stepping into the lion's den, the Oval Office, for a sit-down with Donald Trump. No big explosions, no headline-grabbing deals, just pure, nerve-wracking navigation of power and personalities.
Exactly, Jackson. And why does this matter for us? Because it's not just politics, it's about those human moments we all face. Charming someone tough, framing tough talks as teamwork, and walking away with your dignity intact. Over the next 90 minutes or so, we'll weave through this story like old friends over coffee. You'll feel the tension, laugh at the clever dodges, and pick up English along the way. Phrases for flattery, ways to soften conflicts, and how to keep a conversation flowing when stakes are sky high. It's going to be emotional, insightful, and oh so practical.
Absolutely. We'll break it down into bites, the setup, the rising heat, the clever pivots, and what we can all learn from it. Plus, we'll pause for those aha language moments, vocabulary that sticks, grammar that clicks, and little practices to make it yours. Ready to lean in? Let's start with how this all unfolded.
It was a crisp October morning in 2025, October 10th to be exact, when the world held its breath. Mark Carney, the steady-handed Prime Minister of Canada, with that economist's precision and that quiet intensity in his eyes, boarded Air Force, wait, no, his own plane for Washington. He'd been prepping for weeks, not with binders of policy papers, but with something far more subtle, a playbook for the unpredictable. You see, Donald Trump was back in the Oval Office, larger than life, tweets flying like confetti, and tariffs on the horizon like storm clouds over the Great Lakes.
Pause there, Sam. Great setup. Listeners, if you're new to this, holding its breath is an idiom we use for anticipation, like everyone's frozen, waiting. Say it with me. The world held its breath. Good. And larger than life? That's for someone so bold they fill the room and the headlines. Mark Carney? He's the guy who steered Canada through economic rough waters before becoming PM. Think calm captain in a gale.
Right. So Carney lands, shakes hands with the press at the airport, smiling that trademark smile, the one that's equal parts warmth and wariness. It's an honor to be here, he says, his voice steady as a heartbeat. But inside, I imagine his mind racing. How do you talk trade with the man who sees it as a zero-sum game? How do you mention the fentanyl crisis pouring over the border without lighting a fuse? He knows the optics matter. The photos, the firm handshakes. One slip, and tomorrow's headlines scream Canada blinks.
Optics, another key word. That's all about appearances, how things look to the cameras. Pronounce it with me. Optics. And zero-sum game? It's from game theory. Whatever one side wins, the other loses. No collaboration, just competition. Carney's smart. He flips that script early. But let's linger on that airport moment. Samantha, walk us through his first real words to the press. Repeat after me, folks. It's an honor to be here. Feel that deference? It's polite, but loaded.
Loaded with strategy, yes. As his motorcade rolls toward the White House, past monuments that whisper of alliances forged and frayed, Carney reviews his notes, not bullet points on dairy tariffs. Mind you, those are the elephants in the room, the quotas that protect Canadian farmers but irk American exporters. No, his prep is personal. Compliments on Trump's deal-making prowess, nods to shared histories, like hockey rivalries that end in beers, not brawls. He wants Trump to feel seen, admired even. Because with this president, flattery isn't just nice, it's armor.
Hockey rivalries. Love that cultural nod, Sam. For international listeners, that's like soccer feuds in Europe. Intense, but ultimately bonding. And elephants in the room, ADM alert. Something huge everyone's ignoring. Say it slowly. The elephants in the room. Now, grammar bit. Carney is using conditionals in his head, I bet. Like, if I praise his wins, then maybe he'll ease up on tariffs. That's first conditional for real possibilities. Try it. If it rains, we'll stay inside.
Perfect. The motorcade pulls up to those iconic gates, Secret Service swarming like bees to honey. Carney steps out, adjusts his tie, navy blue, understated, and there it is. The Oval Office door, ajar like an invitation to fate. He takes a breath, remembers his late father's advice. Son, listen twice as much as you speak. And in he goes.
Bees to honey. Such a sweet visual for chaos. Repeat. Swarming like bees to honey. And that tie detail. It humanizes him. Navy blue. Not flashy, but solid. Folks, this is where the story heats up. We're about 15 minutes in. Grab your notebook if you're jotting vocab.
Deep breath, everyone. Now the room. Oval, yes, but it feels circular in tension. Walls lined with books Trump probably hasn't cracked. A resolute desk that's seen more drama than a soap opera. And there he is, Donald Trump, feet up maybe, that golden hair defying gravity, eyes sharp as a hawk's. "Mark, great to see you, buddy," he booms, standing to envelop Carney in a bear hug that's half greeting, half power play. Carney returns it, firm but not crushing, then pulls back with a grin. "Mr. President, the pleasure is all mine. You're looking unstoppable as ever."
Boom, right into the flattery. Unstoppable as ever. That's classic deferential language, folks. Deference, respect shown to someone superior. Say it. Deference. And notice the contraction. Pleasure's all mine. That's is tucked in for smoothness. In casual English, we do that to keep flow. Samantha, how does Carney build on that? I mean, Trump's not for small talk.
Oh, he pivots smoothly like a skater on thin ice. They settle into those armchairs, leather creaking like old secrets, and Carney starts with the easy ground, family. "How's Melania? The grandkids keeping you on your toes?" Trump lights up, rambles about Barron's latest tech gadget obsession. It's genuine connection, a bridge over the border tensions. But underneath, Carney's mapping the minefield. He knows the press is outside, microphones hot, waiting for any whiff of concession.
Thin ice, great idiom for risky situations. Skating on thin ice. Repeat after me. Skating on thin ice. And that family pivot, smart psychology. On your toes means alert, ready, like dancing. Grammar note, present continuous for ongoing actions, keeping you on your toes. Try. The kids are keeping me on my toes. Now, vocabulary review so far. Deference, optics, zero-sum game. How are we feeling on those?
Warm and ready for more. As the small talk fades, Trump leans in, that trademark squint. "So, Mark, you're a smart guy, numbers man. But tell me straight, why the dairy wall? Americans want in, fair shake." The word wall lands like a gauntlet, evoking borders, barriers, old grudges. Carney's mind flashes to farmers back home, dairy queens and kings who'd riot if quotas crumbled. Emotional stakes skyrocket. This isn't abstract policy, it's livelihoods, families at kitchen tables counting on protection.
Gauntlet, a historical term like a challenge thrown down. Say, gauntlet. And fair shake, idiom for fair chance. Repeat, give 'em a fair shake. Samantha, that emotional flash, love how you paint it. For learners, notice the relative clause. Who'd riot if quotas crumbled? That's hypothetical. Who would for unreal conditions? Practice. Kids who'd cry if bedtime came early.
Heartbreaking, isn't it? Carney pauses, long enough to seem sincere, not stalling. His voice drops, confiding. Mr. President, I get the frustration. Believe me, I've crunched the numbers myself. But those quotas, they're our shield, keep our small farms from getting steamrolled by big agribusiness south of the border. It's not about blocking you, it's about balance. How about we explore side deals, niche markets where we both thrive?
Steamrolled means flattened, overpowered. Repeat, don't get steamrolled. And that pause, rhetorical device for emphasis. In conversation, I totally agree. Now, sample dialogue. Roleplay time. I'll be Trump. Why the wall, Mark? Unfair. You, Carney.
I get the frustration, sir, believe me. But it's about balance. How about we explore side deals, niche markets where we both thrive? See? Softens with, I get, then proposes without conceding. Trump grunts, intrigued but not sold. Side deals, huh? Maybe. But Fed, no, your watch too. The pivot stings. It's personal now. Lives lost on both sides.
On your watch means your responsibility. Say, on my watch, no mistakes. Grammar. How about we explore? That suggestion with how about, super polite. Try, how about we grab coffee?
Polite deflection, yes. Carney nods gravely, eyes locking. Heartbreaking losses on our streets, too. We're wrapping up. Intelligence sharing, border tech upgrades. Let's schedule those private talks next week. No cameras, just us hashing it out. Trump's nod is grudging, but it's a crack in the armor. Yet the room pulses with unspoken, one flippant tweet, and this rapport crumbles like dry leaves.
Hashing it out means discussing thoroughly, often heatedly. Repeat, let's hash it out. And grudging, reluctant, unwilling. Vocab check, gauntlet, steamrolled, hashing. You're nailing these, team.
But the real gut punch? Midway through, as aides pour coffee, strong, black, no frills, Trump drops a bomb casually. You know, Mark, some say Canada's freeloading on defense. NATO dues. Step up. It's a jab at shared security, alliances fraying like old ropes. Carney's stomach twists. Canada's contributions are solid, but perception rules. Emotion surges. Pride for his nation's quiet strength, fear of isolation.
Freeloading, slang for taking without giving back. Say, no freeloading here. And not twist in the stomach, somatic response to stress. In English, my stomach's in knots. Repeat after me, stomach in knots. Short dialogue, Trump, step up on NATO. Carney, we're pulling our weight, sir, always have. Threats don't respect borders, neither should our defenses. He layers in unity, turning accusation to alliance. But inside, the weight of it all, history's eyes on him, voters waiting, it's the loneliest kind of leadership.
Pulling our weight, carrying share. Great phrase for teamwork. This conflict's raw. Feels like our own arguments, right? 30 minutes down, tension peaking. Breathe with me, listeners.
As the clock ticks, 45 minutes in, aides glancing at watches, Carney senses the shift. Trump's energy wanes, that initial boom softening to musings. It's the turning point, subtle as a tide change. Carney seizes it with his economist gleam. Mr. President, your first term's trade resets, game changers. They forced us to rethink, innovate. Export booms in tech, clean energy. Imagine what round two could do. A North American powerhouse, tariffs tuned like a fine engine.
Tide changes, metaphor for gradual shift. Say, the tide's changing. And seizes it means grabs opportunity. Grammar, past perfect for background. They forced us to rethink. That's had forced implied. Example, by then we'd already decided.
Trump perks up, ego reignited. Powerhouse, yeah, I like that. Tuned like an engine, my kind of talk. Laughter again, genuine this time. Carney builds. Quotes a shared hero, maybe Eisenhower's interstate vision. Roads linking dreams. We're connected, sir. Supply chains like veins, pulsing together. Disrupt one, we all bleed. The metaphor lands, Trump's nodding, envisioning headlines of his making.
Pulsing together, poetic, veins pulsing, life force. Repeat, connected, pulsing together. And quoting builds credibility. Mini role play, Samantha, U.S. Carney. Imagine what round two could do. Imagine what round two could do. A North American powerhouse. Trump, damn right. See the enthusiasm? It's infectious. Now, the fentanyl pivot back. Carney ties it. And on the crisis, your wall ideas sparked our fence tech. Drones, AI scans. Let's co-fund a pilot. Canada-US Shield.
Co-fund, joint financing. Say co-fund. This turning point, it's mastery, flattery to vision, conflict to collaboration. Real-life lesson, in arguments, find the we. Example, we're in this together.
Exactly. The room transforms from sparring ring to strategy session. Aides relax, even the coffee tastes less bitter. Carney has wrapped the core issues in possibility, no concession spilled. As they rise for photos, flashes popping like fireworks, Trump claps his shoulder. Good talk, Mark. We'll make deals. Big ones.
Sparring ring, boxing metaphor for verbal fight. Repeat, from sparring to strategy. And that clap, seal of approval. Quotes time. Carney later reflected, diplomacy's 90% listening, 10% speaking, but that 10% counts. Pause and say it. Diplomacy's 90% listening.
Counts indeed. But the real pivot, private whisper as they exit. On dairy, let's talk numbers offline. Fentanyl, my team's ready. Trump's got it is gruff, but gold. It's the unsaid victory, relationship banked for battles ahead.
Offline means privately, no records. Great business English. This segment's gold, turning points that teach resilience. How's that landing, folks? 60 minutes in, let's reflect.
Whew, what a ride. Jackson, as we catch our breath here in the Oval's afterglow, isn't it wild how Carney turned potential disaster into a doorway? That emotional core, standing tall amid giants, heart pounding but voice steady, it's universal. We've all had those talks, with a boss who's a bulldozer, a friend nursing a grudge, or even family over holidays. The flattery wasn't fake, it was fuel, and the refraining, pure wisdom, seeing competition as camaraderie.
Totally, Sam. Camaraderie that bond in tough spots. Say camaraderie. Reflecting on language, we hit deference, sidestep, hashing out. Remember the conditionals? Like, if we align, we'll win. That's future in the if clause. Quick review convo. Sam, what's one phrase you'd use in a tense meeting?
Oh, easy. I hear you. It validates, disarms. You? For analysis, let's reframe this.
Spot on. And grammar takeaway, modals like gotta for urgency, casual power. Emotional message, survival's in the soft skills. Listening saves more than lecturing. Listeners, what's your turning point story? Drop it in the comments.
Love that. And vocab circle back. Zero sum to shared fight. Say one idiom. Elephants in the room. Feels good, right? This story reminds us English isn't just words, it's bridges. Carney built one today, plank by careful plank.
Plank by plank, step by step. Beautiful. Lessons locked in. Now to wrap this epic.
And so as Mark Carney steps back into the October sun, oval dust settling, alliance intact, he exhales. Not a triumph of treaties, but of trust. In a world of tweets and tariffs, he chose the long game. Flattery as foundation, deference as diplomacy, competition as collaboration. It's a quiet win, the kind that echoes in boardrooms and living rooms alike. What if we all bombed a page? Next tough talk, pause, praise, pivot. Hearts connect, conflicts cool. Thank you, Mark, for showing us how.
Echoes indeed. Summing takeaways. Language-wise, master idioms like cut to the chase and phrases like I hear you for empathy. Grammar, conditionals and modals for nuance. Story-wise, navigate egos with grace. Flatter wisely, reframe boldly. It's emotional armor for us all. Huge thanks for joining, team. You make this podcast pulse.
If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit subscribe and support our channel, Speak Easy English, for more stories that inspire, teach, and connect. Until next time, keep speaking easy. I'm Samantha.
And I'm Jackson. See you soon.